The following is a class on the Bhagavad Gita as it is, 18th chapter, text number 67, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 10th, 1972, in Ahmedabad, India.
Atapaskaya na avaptaya kadachan na chasu susube machang na chamang ja abbasuyo. So we were discussing this verse yesterday. So there are persons obviously envious of Krishna. Envious. Who is envious of Krishna? Demands. Just like Kansa. Always making plan how to kill Krishna. As soon as he heard that his eighth son of his sister, Devaki, would kill him, as soon as he heard this prophecy, he became a determined enemy of Krishna. He was always thinking of Krishna. That is also Krishna consciousness. But he was thinking in a different way. Pratikulena. Anukulla sa sankalpa pratikullam vivarjan. This devotional service means to accept favorable and reject unfavorable. This is called saranagati. Surrender means to accept favorable things, how I can make progress towards Krishna. And pratikul means rejecting unfavorable things which are not very congenial for my progress to Krishna consciousness. Rakkhishati iti vishwasa palanam, and to have firm faith that Krishna will give me protection. Krishna will give me protection. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchi. So, to have firm faith in the statement of Krishna, Krishna says, I will give you protection from the resultant action of all sinful activities. We must know that anyone who is in this material world, more or less sinful, without being sinful, nobody exists in this material world. Just like yesterday we visited the Sabarmati jail. So, all the prisoners who are there, it is to be understood, they are all sinful or criminals. Otherwise, how they are put into the jail? So this material world is jail. You cannot have freedom here. It is not possible. Daividhi sa gunamayi mama maya durattaya. And the superintendent of jail is Durga Devi. We have seen there are many worshippers of Goddess Durga. She is the superintendent of this jail. Durga means fort. So this material world is just like a fort, and the predominating deity is the Durga Devi. Therefore, she is equipped with so many weapons, 10 kinds of weapons on 10 hands. Then there are 10 directions. the four corners, east, west, south, north, and the four corners up and down. These are the 10 directions. So you cannot escape. Just like from the jail, you cannot escape. There is very strong guard. Similarly, we are all put into this four, Durga, material universe. And the deity, predominating deity is Durga. There are some people, they think by satisfying Durga, we shall be happy. That is also mentioned in the Shastras. But that happiness is only within this material world. Dhanang dehi, rupang dehi, rupavati bhajang dehi, jaso dehi, dehi dehi. After worshipping Goddess Durga, we ask all this benediction. Give me money, give me a beautiful wife, give me a reputation, give me strength, give me victory. Durga Devi gives you. But that is not actual happiness. Therefore Krishna says that Abrahma bhuvana lokan punaravattina Arjuna. My dear Arjuna, even if you are promoted to the highest planetary system, Brahma Loka, that is not happiness. In the Brahma Loka, the duration of life is so long that you cannot calculate even one day. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Sahasra juga parjantam arhajat brahmano vidu. Sahasra jug. One jug means 43 lakhs of years. And multiply it by 1,000. Sahasra juga parjantam arhat. Now calculate that duration is 1 day of Brahma. 1 day means 12 hours. Similarly, another 12 hours, night, day and night. Then again 30 days, 1 month. Similarly, 12 months equal to 1 year. Such 100 years is the duration of Brahma. So anyone who goes to the Brahma Loka, they are trying to go to the moon planet. I don't think they have been successful. But this is not a very difficult task. But even if you go to the Brahma Loka, where the duration of life is so long, and the comforts of life are many, many thousand times which we can perceive here. Krishna says that even if you go there, then the birth, death, old age and disease is there. You cannot avoid. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanadarsha. Brahma, when he was approached by Hiranyakasipu to have the benediction to become immortal, Brahma said, "Oh, I am not immortal. How can I give you the benediction?" So any planet within this material world, you may go. You may try to become happy. But there is no such thing as immortality. That is not possible within this material world. Madhyamagatya punarjanmana vidyate. Krishna says that if you come to my planet, there is Krishna's planet. As there is Brahma's planet, similarly there is Krishna's planet. That planet is called Goloka Vrindavan. Jadgatyana nivartante tadhyamam paramam. So, anyone can go. That is not very difficult. But we do have no information. Although the informations are all there. in the Bhagavad Gita or all Vedic literature, we do not take care of. We are surprised only by the movement of the Sputnik going to the so-called moon planet, coming back, taking some dust. So we are very much surprised with this movement. But we do not care to know that I am a spirit soul. My movement is so unique and beautiful that I can go back to home, back to God. That we do not. This is called ignorance. Mudha. Mudha. Foolish person, rascals. They do not know. Very meager idea. How we can be promoted? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Janti deva vrtademan. Those who want to go to the planetary system of the demigod, the moon planet is one of them. They can go. You have to prepare yourself in this life. We have discussed all these things in our small booklet, Easy Journey to Other Planet. Those who are interested who can read. So we can go any planet, any type of form of living entity. There are 8,400,000 forms of body, material body. Je jathamang prabodhan. You desire anything, you will be given chance by Krishna. Krishna is so kind that he gives you chance according to your desire. Je jathamang prabodhanti. Mamo vartmano vartanti manushya partha sarva. But why we should want something which is perishable? That is intelligence. Krishna says, Abrahma bhuvana loka. Even if you go to the Brahma loka planet, that is also perishable. You will have to return again. Janti deva vrta devan, pitrin janti pitrivrta, bhuteja janti bhutani, madhyajinopi janti mam. If you desire to go to the planetary system of the demigods, you can go. If you want to remain here in this bhuloka, bhuvarloka, you can remain. If you want to go to the pitri lokas, just like according to our Vedic system, there is pitri tarpan. You know all. By offering pitri tarpan, you can be promoted to the pitri loka. This is right. Similarly, if you want to go to the supreme planet, Jadgattana Nivartante, the abode of the supreme law, Goloka Vrindavan or Vaikuntha Loka, you can go. So if we want actually promotion of life, I mean to say established life, eternal life, an eternal body, Satchidananda, an eternal blissful life of knowledge, then you must worship Krishna. That is the verdict. Therefore Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam bhaja. This is the mission of Bhagavad Gita. The best chance. And Krishna comes here to give you the idea what is the function of the Krishna Loka. That he displays in Vrindavan here. Radha Madhav, Kunya Vihari. That is his business. Simple life, village life. They are all young boys and girls, the gopis and the cowherd boys. They are enjoying, dancing. Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sivumanam Surabhi Ravipalayantam. And Krishna, just like we have got some hobbies, we keep some cats and dogs. Krishna has got all hobbies. What is that? Surabhi Ravipalayantam. He is always engaged in taking care of the Surabhi cow, Gopal. That is his business. So it's so simple life. So the difficulty is the people cannot understand this thing. They are of opinion that after this life everything's to be. The greatest scientists, philosophers, they are thinking like that. That means practically they have no sense. Why there is no life after death? I am experiencing that I was a baby, and after that baby body is finished, I got a body of child. Then from child body I got the body of a boy. Then as a young man, then I've got this. Now why not after changing this body, another body? Where is the reason? In this experience I get that I've changed so many bodies, but I remember I am existing. Although my different bodies are finished, I am existing. Similarly, tatha dehantaram prapti dhiras tattva namayati. Similarly, I shall get another body. So, what kind of body I shall get, that is the preparation stage in this life. What kind of body I am going to get. That is karmana, daivanetrena, jantur, deha, upapatti. As you are working, here, this is a chance, human body. Here is a chance. You can make your next body as lower animals or demigods, or go back to home, back to God, whatever you like. Janti deva vrata devan pitrin janti pitri. These are the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. So, one has to understand all these things by little tapasya. Because to go back to home, back to Godhead, is not very easy thing. Because we are so much entangled with this gross material body and subtle material body. And this subtle material body is creating, just like a spool, creating another body, desires, material desires. So we have to change these material desires into spiritual desires. Then we get spiritual body. Karmana devanatre. This is the function of the laws of nature. Prakite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvas. Ahankara vimuratma kartaham iti mannate. Prakriti. So long we are in this material world, we are associating with different modes of material nature, and Prakriti is giving me different types of bodies. In this way, we are rolling, we are wandering. Now, this human form of life is meant for understanding that there is spiritual life, there is eternal life, there is blissful life, and prepare for that. That is Krishna consciousness. Do not waste your time. Therefore, Narottam Das Thakur sings, Hari Hari Bifale Janama Goain. Manusya Janama Paiya Radha Krishna Nabhojiya Janiya Shuniya Bisha Khain. After getting this opportunity, this human form of life, if we do not take to Krishna consciousness, that is means willingly we are taking poison. Willing. By becoming Krishna conscious in this life, you can be transferred to the spiritual world immediately. Takta dehang punar janmanaiti. Everything is explained there. As soon as you die, immediately you are transferred to the spiritual world. How? Janma karma me dibham jujanati tattata. Anyone who understands Krishna in truth, janma karma me dibham jujanati tattata. This is tattvic knowledge. Tattvic knowledge means to understand Krishna as he is. Krishna says, Matta paratarang nanya kinchidasti dhananja. There is no more superior truth beyond. I am the supreme truth. Parabrahma param. Arjuna understood it. Parabrahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavam. This is understand. This is parampara understand. If you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, if you want to understand Krishna, then you have to follow the footprints of the Mahayana. Evam parampara praptam. As Arjuna understood it. How Arjuna understood it? Parabrahma, the supreme Brahma. We are all Brahma. There is no difficulty to understand Aham Brahmasmi. That's all right. But we are not Parabrahma. We are Brahmas because part and parcel of Brahma, qualitatively one with Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. Just like if you say I am Indian, so there is no harm. But you cannot say that you are as big, as powerful as Indira Gandhi. She is also Indian. Similarly, you may become Brahma, but you cannot become Parabrahma. That is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. Similarly, Aham Brahmasmi, I am not this body, I am not this material form. I have got my spiritual identity. That is called Aham Brahmasmi. And when one understands this fact, that he is not this material body, that is called Brahma Bhuta. Without understanding this, Jiva Bhuta, everything is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. As soon as one understands that he is not this body, he is spirit soul, then he becomes Prasannatma. Because Prasannatma means we are all working on the bodily concept of life. I am Indian, I am American, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Brahman, I am Shudra, and this and that. So, when one understands that I am not this body, then he comes to the point, why I am working so hard for this body? Misunderstanding. That is called Brahma Bhuta, Prasannatma. Immediately, your so many responsibilities go away. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankhati sama sarveshu bhuteshu. Then you understand that why I am envious of this man or that man, this animal or that animal. They are all part and parcel of Krishna. They are all Brahmas. So, sama sarveshu bhuteshu, pandita samadarshina, he sees Brahma darshan. In this way, when samattam, he comes to the point of samattam, equality, madhbhakti lavate param. That is the beginning of devotional life. That is the beginning of, it is not a sentiment, it is a great science. To become a devotee, to come to the platform of devotional life. Madhbhakti lavate param. When one comes to that stage of devotional life, then bhaktya mam abhijanati javan jaschami tattata. At that time one can understand what is Krishna. Tattata, the same thing. In 3 places Krishna has been described. Tattata. Janma karma me vibhamju janati tattata. Manusyanam sahasreshu koschid vettiman tattata. How to understand tattata? Bhakta mam abhijanati javan jaschami tattata. So if you want to understand Krishna, then you have to take the life of devotion. And one who does not take to this life of devotion, he cannot understand Krishna or Krishna philosophy, Bhagavad Gita. It is far, far away. It is, my Guru Maharaj used to say, it is just like licking the honey bottle. One may come to the bottle filled with honey, but simply by licking the bottle, what taste he will get? The honey must be open, and then if you taste, you'll know what is honey. Similarly, simply by taking Bhagavad Gita and trying to understand it by so-called scholarship is licking up the honey bottle, that's all. There will be no taste. There will be no taste. You've gone for many millions of years licking up that bottle. You'll never understand. If you want to understand, then Krishna says here, Tad-vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti tad-jnanam jnanina tattva-darshina. The same tattva. You have to approach a person who has seen tattva, tattva-darshina. So that tattva-darshi already explained. Bhakta mam avijanati. One can become tattva-darshi simply by devotional. So for coming to the platform of devotional service, one has to make some sacrifice. That is called tapasya. Tapasya means voluntarily accepting some difficult things. That is called tapasya. Therefore, those who have not taken to that, those who have taken Bhagavad Gita as a table talk, they cannot understand. Not Bhagavad Gita should be preached amongst them. Therefore Krishna is warning. Idanti na atapaskaya na bhaktaya. Idanti na atapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachan. Never describe. Never describe this Bhagavad Gita. Krishna said in the previous verse, people will not be able to understand. Krishna says, sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. This simple fact cannot be understood by any man who has not undergone some austerities, penances, and who has not become a devotee. It is not possible. Therefore Krishna is warning. Don't speak to this nonsense. They will not understand. But a devotee of Krishna tries to make them devote. Because Krishna in the next verse says, Jaidam paramam guhyam mad bhakti suavidhasyati. Mad bhakti suavidhasyati. Here in this verse it is said, na bhaktaya. Don't speak this truth of Bhagavad Gita to the avaktas. But if you can speak to the bhaktas, Jaidam paramam guhyam. Paramam guhyam. It is the most confidential knowledge, most confidential part of Vedic knowledge. It is said in the beginning, Sarva guhyatamam. Sarva guhyatam, most confidential. The paramam guhyam. Mad bhaktesu, because from the beginning it is simply said, only the bhaktas can understand. Therefore, it should be preached among the bhaktas. Mad bhakteshu avidhasyati. Bhakti mai parakritva mameva asyati asangsaya. So, this is another opportunity. Just create everyone, especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Bharat bhumite manusya janma haila ja. Anyone who has taken birth in this holy land of Bharatvarsha, janma sarthak kari karo paropoka. This is the injunction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that first of all make your life perfect. Just try to understand what is Krishna and what is Bhagavad Gita and make your life practical in understanding Bhagavan and the bhakti, janma sarthak kari. Then go and preach all over the world, paropakar, because the whole world is in darkness. They are too much materially congested. They are brave, big professors. They say after death there is no life. And they are going as teachers and professors. So, especially in the Western world, they are so much engrossed. So our request is, those are actually intelligent, take to this Krishna consciousness movement seriously, especially Indian, and try to preach all over the world. They are also hankering after it. And Krishna said that simply by trying to preach the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita as it is, then he becomes a great devotee of Krishna. Bhakti mai para, that para bhakti already explained. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankhati. Samasarvesu bhutesu mad bhakti labhate para. Para bhakti. No, para. Apara means material and para means transcendent. Para bhakti. Without coming to the stage of para bhakti, one cannot understand Krishna. So, that para bhakti means one must be free from all sinful activities. Jesam antagatam papam. Not ordinary. Jesam antagatam papam. Jananam punya karmanam. Those who are always engaged in pious activities, they cannot be engaged in sinful activities. By pious activities, constantly being engaged in pious activities, then what is that pious activities? Sinnatang sagatha Krishna punya savana kirtan. Simply if you hear and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, punya savana kirtan, you become pious. Even if you do not understand, if you simply engage. So the method is very simple. You can become pious and you can become free from all sinful activities. So, jesam antagatam papam jananang punya karma te dandamaho nirmukta bhajanti mang virabrata. Then he can surrender unto Krishna. Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudullava. These are the process. Simple process. We have to simply take it serious. So therefore, this Krishna consciousness movement is prohibiting the 4 pillars of sinful life. What is that? Illicit sex life. Illicit sex life. And meat eating. Meat eating means fish, egg, everything. Amish bhoj. Meat eating and intoxication. All kinds of intoxication. Not only liquor or LSD, but also tea, coffee, cigarette, everything. Illicit sex life, meat eating, and intoxicant and gambling. These are the 4 pillars of sinful life. So we are advocating, please give up these 4 principles of sinful life and chant Hare Krishna mantra at least 16 rounds. You become situated in the transcendental position and you can understand what is Krishna and what is Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Can be removed. Nistraigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavati. Is there any contradiction between the principles taught by Vedas and taught by Gita? Sir?
Nistraigunya, as soon as you become a devotee, you become Nistraigunya. As soon as you become a devotee, pure devotee of Krishna, yes, you are situated on the platform of Nistraigunya.
Traigunya Vishaya Veda.
Traigunya means these 3 qualities, Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. So, the whole Vedic literature is describing how to get out of this entanglement of 3 gunas. So, as soon as you come out of these 3 gunas, then you become Nistraigunya.
Nistraigunya Bhavati.
So, how you can become Nistraigunya? That is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Mancha abhyavicharini bhakti yoge na jase sagunan samatittaitan brahma bhuyaya kallu. This is my statement. If you engage yourself in unadulterated abhyavichara, devotion, then you become immediately situated on the platform of Nistraigunya. Sagunan samatittaitan brahma bhuyaya kallu. So, pure devotional service means annavilasita sunnam. Annavilasita sunnam. Annavilas we have got so many desires, all material desires. So one should be free from all material desires. Jnana karmadhanavritam. Jnana, nidbhed brahmanusandhan. This is generally understood as jnana. And karma means to be elevated to the higher planetary system, heavenly planets. So anavritam, we should not be touched with jnana and karma. Neither we have any material desire. Anukullena Krishna anusilanam. Simply cultivating Krishna consciousness, anukullena, favorably. Bhakti uttama, that is the highest platform of devotional service. Sarvabadhi vinirmuttam, tatparatena nirmalam, rishikena rishikesa sevanam bhakti richat. When we become free from all designations, we are so many designations. I am Indian, I am American, I am Brahman, I am this, I am that. These are our upadhi. I am pure soul. And as pure soul, I am part and parcel of Krishna. My only business is to serve Krishna. Anukullena Krishna anusilena. Bhakti rittama. Rishikena rishikesa sevanam bhakti richate. Rishik, the senses. When the senses are engaged in the service of the proprietor of the sense, rishikesa, that is called bhakti. So, Naistridana means to be situated on a platform where these three gunas cannot affect. That is Naistridana.
Mamsa, Dharma, Martha, that means we cannot be exactly Krishna. We can be like Krishna, but not exactly Krishna by bhakti.
No, you cannot become Krishna.
Mamsa, Dharma, Martha.
What is that, Manusha? That is mental speculation. Krishna is asamardha. Nobody can become Krishna, nor even equal to Krishna. Ekala Ishar Krishna, Arsha Bhritta. Only master is Krishna, and everyone is servant. This is our real position. Everyone. Ekala Ishar Krishna Arsha Bhritta. Jare joiche nachaye se toiche kare nritya. According to the direction of Krishna, we are dancing in different activities. Sarvasya chahang ridisannivishta. Matta smriti jnanam apohanam. Krishna is situated in everyone's heart. I wanted to do something, desire. Krishna reminds me, now here is the opportunity, I give you opportunity, now you can do it. Matta smriti jnanam apohanam. So if you want to forget Krishna, Krishna will give you such intelligence that you will forget it. And if you want to serve Krishna, Krishna will give you such intelligence, I will be able to serve Krishna. Tesam satadujuktanang bhajatang priti buddham buddhi yogam dadami jena mam upajanti. So it is up to you whether you want to forget Krishna or if you want to serve Krishna. If you want to serve Krishna, Krishna will give you intelligence, how you can elevate yourself by service. And if you want to forget Krishna, Krishna will give you such intelligence that you will forget forever. That is Krishna.
Lord Krishna told us, I want to know why he is so unkind. And he allows us to see the people who want to go very, very fast really. And he again says, Yatato Yakamute, Purusha, Pashchita, you should have health in nature, everything, the whole is so that this Vartman Vartan se Manusha Parasavasas, that the Vartman, the way, the road, the odd road, Lord Krishna should be very easier.
So, Mamo Vartmano Vartante means that just like on the top of, just like there are so many skyscraper buildings in America, 105 stories, I think that is the latest. So suppose you have to go to the topmost flat, there is staircase, so everyone is trying to go there. But someone has passed, say, 10 steps, another has passed, say, 50 steps, another has 100 steps, but you have to complete, say, 2,000 steps. So, the staircase is the same, mamo vatmano vartanti, because the aim is to go to the topmost flat. But the one who has passed 10 steps, he is lower than one who has passed 50 steps. And the one who has passed 50 steps is lower than who has passed 100 steps. So similarly, there are different processes, but all the processes are not the same. They are aiming at the same goal. Karma, jnana, yoga, bhakti. But bhakti is the highest step. Because when you come to the platform of bhakti, then you can understand what is Krishna. Not by karma, jnana, yoga. That is not possible. You are trying, you are going towards that aim. But Krishna says, bhaktamam abhijana. He does not say by jnana, by karma, by yoga. No. That you cannot understand. You can go forward, steps. But if you want to know Krishna, then bhakti. Bhaktamam abhijana. Javan jaschami. This is the path. Therefore, mamo vatmano vartanti means everyone is trying to come to me according to their capacity, ability. But one who actually wants to understand me, the simple process, just like this, the staircase is there, but not in this country, in European, American country, side by side there is lift, elevator. So instead of going step by step to the highest flat, you take the help of this lift, you go immediately within a second. So if you take the lift of bhakti, then immediately come in contact with Krishna directly. Instead of going by step by step by step. Why should you take? Therefore Krishna said, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam. You simply surrender unto me. Your business is finished. Why should you labor so much, step by step by step by step?
What about the statement, Jnani Atmaiva me mata?
Yes, that Jnani does not mean Nidbed Brahmanusanda. Jnani, without Jnana, how one can become Bhakta? Because the result of Jnana is to become Brahma Bhuta. So, those who are taking bhakti as sentiment, they may fall down. Prasabhakta prakita smitaha. Prakita bhakta means sentiment. But Jnani bhakta, one who becomes a devotee knowing Krishna, what he is very important.
Who will carry on this movement after you?
Who is asking me? He will do it.
Come up, stand up.
Can I ask my Bhakti Guruji that what is your plan to carry this spiritual movement after you? That is, who would be after Bhaktivedanta Prabhu? Keep this banner of keep this banner up and up.
That is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Imam vivasate yogam praptavan aham abhyam vivasan manavipraho manuikha kavibravi. First of all, Krishna spoke this Krishna consciousness, science, to the sun god. And the sun god, Vivashan, explained it to his son, Manu. And Manu explained to his son, Ikhaku. Evang parampara praptam imang rajasaya vidu. So, this science is understood by the parampara disciplic succession. So, as we have understood by the parampara system from my Guru Maharaj, so any of my students will understand, he will keep it running on. This is the process. It is not a new thing, it is the old thing. Simply, we have to distribute it properly as we have heard from our predecessor, Acharya. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is recommended, Acharya Upasana. One must approach Acharya. Acharyaman Purusha Veda. Simply by speculating, by so-called scholarship, it is not possible. It is not possible. One must approach the Acharya. So, the Acharya is coming by parampara system, disciplic succession. Therefore Krishna recommends, tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. One should approach the Acharya and try to understand by pranipa, surrender. This whole thing is depending on surrender. Jijathamang prapadva. The surrender process, the proportion of surrender is the means of understanding Krishna. If we are fully surrendered, then we can understand fully Krishna. If we are partially surrendered, then we understand Krishna partially. So, jijathamang prapadva. It is the proportion of surrender. The one who has surrendered fully, he can understand this philosophy and he can preach also by the grace of Krishna. What is that?
One more question. Do you consider this Krishna consciousness is an improvement over
Yeah, this is the only solution of all problems. This is the only solution.